Another delicious chocolate recipe, a tarte bourguignonne. Not beef bourguignon, of course, tarte bourguignonne. It's made with pears poached in red wine, Burgundy wine, of course, like the name means it. And it's cooked in a chocolate frangipane. So I got a pastry shell here, uncooked. We're going to cook everything together this time, shortcrust pastry. And the next step is to make our chocolate frangipane. So that's a very classic recipe. We got some ground almond. And to that, I'm adding some caster sugar. And when you do some baking, always use caster sugar. Don't use granulated sugar because it takes ages to dissolve and it could be gritty. So I'm just mixing them a little bit. And to that, I'm going to add cocoa powder, pure cocoa powder. Don't even think about using hot chocolate mix or something like that. So we're going to mix them well together. And this recipe is a take on a very traditional recipe. It's called pear bordalou, it's pure almond cream with poached pears. So I just, added the chocolate and poached the pear in wine. And we're going to add some unsalted butter. And we're going to cream the whole thing together. You can use a mixer if you want to, but you have to be careful because cocoa powder do fly everywhere, so don't go too fast. So gonna add the eggs. So we're just going to fill halfway through to our pastry shell. Okay, it is going to rise in the oven. Spoon it inside. That will do. So we're going to keep that aside and we're going to prepare the pears. So I'm using some pear Williams, sweet pears. We don't want them too ripe, but not too hard as well. We're going to poach them, so they're going to be softened. The ideal really is to try to do that the day before, so they're really soaked in the wine and they get the colors as well. We want them to be bright red to give the big contrast with our chocolate frangipane. And one thing I like to do is to keep the stalk out on the pears. So it look nice on the tart, it kind of look rustic. So they can all go there, and we're going to poach them now in the Burgundy wine.
Add caster sugar to good quality Burgundy wine. Add a cinnamon stick and your pears. Leave them to poach.
So we've got the pears here, we've been marinated overnight. So I'm going to slice them finely like this. I think that's such a great combination, the rich chocolate, the almond, the pears and all the spices on the wine. I think it's, it's a marriage made in heaven. Few flaked almond on the edges like that, just to give a nice finish. And those one are uncooked. They will roast in the oven as the tart cook. Here we are. Look how lovely is this. Bright colors, and the smell is just amazing. Perfect, perfect. So we're just going to loose it up with a knife to make sure we can release the ring without breaking the pastry. And just before I do that, I'm going to brush it with some sift apricot jam, hot apricot jam, just to give it a little professional touch. And there we are. And I'm gonna, this is what it's called, just, et voilà, tarte bourguignonne, pear, wine, cinnamon, and of course chocolate. What more could you need?
And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my own channel if you love baking. Every Monday, it's a Baking Mad Monday.